viewers, welcome to MGN's Animation Reviews, where I rate cartoons from awful to awesome. And for Halloween, I'm going to be taking a look at Bunnicula, a horror-themed cartoon about a playful rabbit who happens to be a vampire, that involves said vampire rabbit involved in all sorts of spooky supernatural shenanigans, while the two non-supernatural pets try to keep it all a secret from their human owner. Yeah, sounds pretty appropriate for Halloween to me. Also, this cartoon's inspired by a book of the same name, which I haven't read, except it goes its own way and doesn't actually follow the book from what I've heard. But that's okay, because it's its own version. And hey, one of the writers of the book was involved with the cartoon anyway. I didn't even notice that until writing this review. That's awesome! The show itself doesn't explain how Bunnicula ended up with his new family, as it were, but the gist of it is shown in the opening sequence, which is accompanied by a rather awesome sounding theme song. Hang on, I've heard that song before somewhere. The show itself is pretty fun for the most part, especially the fun way it depicts horror-related themes, showing the fun side of things that are usually supposed to be scary, which is always an enjoyable motif for a show in my opinion. I love the idea of things that are supposed to be scary, such as ghosts, monsters and of course vampires like Bunnicula himself, and showing the fun side of them. Because of this, it's unlikely that anyone would actually be scared of this show, which I probably should have thought of before doing the Halloween episode on it. The show's quality can vary in my opinion, based on what episode is being shown, but for the most part ends up being a fun and entertaining show that is always pretty nice to come back to. Even rewatching it for this review, I was surprised how much I was enjoying it. And I already knew I liked it. That being said, I did detect the odd bit of toilet humour every now and again, but if you're anything like me and you hate that kind of thing, those moments did seem to be a bit few and far between, and it was mostly just the odd line, if anything, anyway. So it's definitely not as bad as it could have been, and this cartoon definitely has a lot more that I like going for it, but this is a review, so there you go. The animation and art style mostly looks pretty cool in my opinion, particularly the nighttime scenes, which make sense to be used a fair amount given the spooky atmosphere of the cartoon, even if it is just fun spooky. And some of the animations really look awesomely done, and very effective in my opinion. This isn't my ringtone. Hello?
Good evening, MJN. I hope I'm not interrupting your Bunnicula review.
How did you know that?
There's a storm brewing, MJN. There has been for several years now.
I don't understand. What is this?
You made the wrong choice, MJN. You made the wrong decision 2 decades ago. It is time to finish what you started.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? Anyway, Bunnicula himself is a pretty fun and playful character who fits into the theme of the show perfectly, and is also kind of cute at times in his own way. There's also the fact that he not only obviously has vampire powers, but also being a rabbit, I guess, there is the added fact that he is powered in some way by different vegetables. While carrots don't seem to do anything specific and are just food, other veggies will provide him with various powers and attributes. It's kind of like a video game in my opinion.
Sage, rosemary, parsley, thyme.
Well, get the order right for Pete's sake. As for the other two pets, Harold the dog is basically designed to be the dumb character of the show, which can be touch and go, as there's always that idea of what is considered too dumb for the character. And while he can be likeable, it can depend on the episode in my opinion. The cat, Chester on the other hand, is a very fun character in my opinion, due to his entertaining cowardice, overall suffering, and the fact he is the only one who is actually aware of the danger most of the time, which is always fun in these kind of shows in my opinion. He's a literal scaredy cat, and I love him for it. Speaking of which, is there some kind of trope that says that the cat character is the one that does most of the suffering? Because it certainly seems like there's one. On the flip side, however, Mina's dad is the weakest character in my opinion. Mina herself is likeable enough with her interest in horror, despite not being aware that any is actually happening most of the time. But for whatever reason, the dad just doesn't do it as a character for me. There also seems to be some kind of running joke that only part of his head is visible, but as I don't really care about the character, I'm in no mood to care why. The designs of the various monsters in the show can also look pretty cool at times too. It's obvious in my opinion that they were using their imaginations when they created them. I mean, they can even create cool characters with non-monster animals. I mean, at least they were able to with...
Fluffy the Vampire Pointer! Dramatic lightning!
I don't know, I mean, there's just something cool about that character in my opinion. She should have gotten more episodes in my opinion. Or a spin-off. Yeah, they should give her a spin-off. That'd be awesome in my opinion. Do I say in my opinion a lot, in your opinion? Overall, this is definitely an entertaining show, which does pretty well at showing the fun side of horror, which, as I said, I love. Some episodes are better than others for me, but at the end of the day, it is a fun show to keep coming back to every now and again, particularly around the Halloween season. So in my personal opinion, I would say that Bunnicula is a good animation. If you enjoyed this video and like to see more animation reviews, feel free to subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, see you around YouTubers. Whew, strange. I just felt really creeped out for some reason. Huh. Oh well, lucky I only have to review one horror related thing tonight, huh? Well, now that's done, I think I'll go better eat that candy. I better go check that the candy's alright for the potential trick-or-treaters. Yeah, that's it.